6 months ago, we set out on the biggest road trip of our lives. We took this van that we bought and converted into a camper van all by ourselves and shipped it from Europe to the other side of the world to attempt to drive the mother of all road trips, the Pan-American Highway. It's the longest highway in the world and runs all the way from Alaska in the north of the Americas down to Argentina in the very south. So far, we've driven our van through some of the most remote and beautiful parts of North America, spotted tons of cool wildlife. Oh my god, guys, we just saw a mama bear and her 2 cubs. We've had a ton of fun adventures like panning for gold in the Yukon.
I think this is gold.
That's gold.
Yeah.
And learning how to catch our own dinner. Got a fish, woohoo! Gotten to try new local delicacies.
Oh.
Like this shot of bourbon that had an actual human toe in it.
It was weird.
But of course, as with any road trip, we've also had quite a few crappy days. Like the time we had engine problems in Canada and had to spend 2.5 weeks living in a Ford dealership parking lot in the middle of nowhere, waiting for parts to come in from Europe. And we were honestly just super happy and super grateful that our van, our little home that we built out ourselves, was holding up so well, because for months we didn't have any mechanical issues. That is until about 1 week ago when we again started having engine problems. So right now we are having issues with our AdBlue system, which is something that a diesel engine like this one needs in order to be able to even start. Unless we can fix the issue, our engine is not going to start anymore in about 100 miles from now. So far, not a single mechanic can actually tell us what is wrong with the car. They thought it could possibly, potentially, hopefully be solved by swapping out a few filters in the engine. We have had to order parts back home in Belgium and have them shipped in. So we've been stuck here in Las Vegas for the last week waiting for the parts, and we're not even sure if that is going to fix anything. But at least today started off with some good news.
Our shipment has arrived. It was only shipped on Friday. It's Monday now. It's already here. How crazy is that? What a difference with last time. There were no shipping delays, no missing invoices, no custom duty delays, everything. And it's well packaged because my mom personally packaged it. Thanks, Mom. She went to pick it up, packaged it, shipped it for us. Best mom ever. So we ordered a whole bunch of parts, actually a bunch of parts from maintenance, some spare parts and some stuff we need right now. Interior filter, air filter, brake pads, more brake pads. Looks like an oil filter to me. Ah, the thing we actually need, the diesel filter. So with a little bit of luck, guys, we can, when this is replaced, Vinny is fixed, and we can get on the road again.
This is a diesel filter. I've never seen a diesel filter before. Hoping I'll never see one again.
They come in all shapes and sizes, but yeah. Hi, hello. Hi. Is this Hector's Automotive?
Yes, this is Lorena.
Alright. I called a few days ago about the Ford Transit, the European one.
Yes.
Okay. I just got my parts in. So I was calling to see when you guys would be available.
Let's see, we should be able to get you in Wednesday morning. Will that work for you?
Yeah, that's perfect. Wednesday morning, that's okay. Alright, thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Good. Thank you.
Bye-bye. They can get us in day after tomorrow already. That's great. That's great news.
Now, the big question, of course, remains, will they be able, will Vinny be fixed by just replacing the fuel filter? They were like, well, you could try swapping the fuel filter, but we're not sure if that's the problem, so... Good morning, boys and girls. Today is the day that we hopefully get Vinny maintained and fixed. Onwards to the garage.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Ah, Las Vegas morning traffic. Gotta love it.
So the plan for today is Vinny's gonna have all these new parts put in, and that might take a few hours. So in the meantime, we are going to say bye to Vegas in style, and we're gonna plan our test trip that we're gonna do with him, hopefully starting later today, to see if Vinny's now alright and if we can continue this adventure. Alright, boy, good luck.
Just brought Vinny in here to these guys, Hector's Automotive. They're gonna fix him up. Meanwhile, I'm gonna order Uber. gonna head downtown.
So this is the Wynn Hotel.
And they have one of the fanciest brunch buffets in all of Vegas, so that's why we're coming here. You can't go to Vegas without having an exuberant buffet. My god, I just can't. This buffet is just too much. There must be like over 150 or 200 dishes here. I have some chorizo tostada here, some eggs benedict with lobster, some truffle spinach dip, biscuits and gravy, some bacon. Oh, look at this, all the egg yolk. There are no words for how good this is.
This is the best way to wait for your vehicle to have maintenance done ever. Okay, so we spent a few more hours working and then we got a call from the shop saying that the car was ready, but that they didn't manage to fix everything, so fingers crossed. But we took an Uber and now we're gonna see. Basically, they told us they did all the stuff that they needed to do except replace the brake pads, because there's a bit of rust on the rotors behind the brake pads and they couldn't clean that off. You have to go to a big shop, otherwise there's not a lot of use in changing the brake pads. But that was not super urgent. We can have that done in the next couple of weeks as well. So we're gonna try to switch it back on and see what happens.
Alright, now it's time for the ultimate test, because when we went to the dealership last time with the issue that we had with the Vinny, they told us they had reset or updated the system and we had about 200 miles before the issue might reappear. We've driven about, I think, 150 miles or something, roughly. And we're gonna find out today if we can continue our journey here or if we're gonna be stuck here for a few more weeks while we try to figure out this problem.
So on the map of the US right now, we are here in Las Vegas and we're gonna drive here to Zion National Park. About 150 miles. If we get there, if we can get through basically the rest of this video without the problem popping back up, I think we can be fairly confident.
Yeah, then we have a good chance that it's really that was really the issue and that it's fixed. So
then we can just explore Zion National Park, no issues, and otherwise, well, we'll deal with that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Bye Las Vegas, I hope not to see you again for at least the next few weeks. It's kind of stressful driving this way because every time Naick is like, ooh, I'm like, what, the check engine light come on? Like there's this part of me that just refuses to believe that the problem is solved because it was such a haphazard way of trying to solve it. Like no one actually knew what the problem was. So I have this very strong feeling that it's gonna come back. I'm just waiting for it to happen.
So far nothing, Captain, nothing to report.
Come on, Vinny. Come on, boy.
Alright, we made it to our spot. We're just about 10 miles from Zion National Park. We're gonna stay here overnight. Luckily we made it this far. We've crossed that 200 mile mark.
Good.
But the guys at the garage said, well, it could be 200 miles, could be a bit longer, so we're not super in the clear yet, but at least we've gotten this far without any problems.
This spot is supposed to be really beautiful, so we're gonna show you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, guys. Yesterday, before we left Las Vegas, I bought a puffer jacket. I've never been happier with any purchase ever because I'm wearing it right now. I'm in bed. I just woke up, I'm wearing a sweater, a scarf, and a puffer jacket, and I slept in all these clothes because our heater, because it's a diesel heater, it only works when our diesel tank is like half full. We didn't refuel, so we couldn't put the diesel heater on. We're in the middle of nowhere, so there was no gas station here. I was so cold. I can see my breath inside the van.
Tried to make some coffee, but the gas bottle is too cold to function properly, so I'm gonna have to heat this up a bit. Oh, that's cold! Oh my god.
Put it in your jacket. Put it in your jacket.
Put it in your jacket, Kim. Aha!
We can wait.
Oh. I think it's time to head to Zion, because we're going on one of the most beautiful hikes in all of Zion National Park. It's also one of the most dangerous hikes in all of the US.
Especially for people with a fear of heights, which is me. It's not ideal, but we'll see how it goes.
Vinny is still doing well, friends. I hope it stays that way. We've got another 50 miles to drive today, so hopefully it'll all be fine. Let's fuel this baby up so we can put on the heater later tonight, because it's going to be even colder out here.
Holy moly, guys, look at these beautiful red rock formations. This is Zion. All right, let's do this. So when we were initially thinking of driving the van from Alaska to Argentina, I made this mood board with all the stuff that I was looking forward to the most. So there's things like the mountains of Patagonia and the jungle in Central America, the beaches of Mexico, an American diner, and then there is this, Zion National Park. And in particular the hike we're doing now, which is a hike up to Angel's Landing, is one of the things I was looking forward to the most out of everything. It's also a very steep uphill, hence why I'm out of breath.
Oh wow, these views are just, it's unbelievable. Is this even real? It's pretty steep because there's a 1500 feet incline, and then you get to a ridge that is basically really small, a few feet wide, and drops down 1,000 feet on both sides. And there's a chain where you can walk across it. Super scary, super impressive as well. So we're gonna head up there, see if we can do it. We gotta be quiet here. Shh. There's some Mexican spotted owls here. Hola, hola, ¿dónde estás? I think that was a pretty laugh though. We're nearing the top. Now it's starting to get very icy and slippery here.
As you come off those steps, you come onto what is kind of this plateau of giant red rocks and cliffs on all sides, and in front of you is this massive pinnacle that is Angel's Landing. Wow! Oh, look at that valley! That is something. Whoa.
Mission accomplished?
Wow. Almost.
Almost. Shall we go and look at one of the world's most dangerous and beautiful hikes?
Since 2004, 13 people have died falling from the cliffs on this route right here. How was it?
It's good. It's slick. I mean, if you got good boots with a lot of traction,
yeah,
rely on the chains. You know,
okay.
It's slick.
I'm not sure if I want to do this. I mean, it's
I just saw someone fall behind you. Let's try. Let's see where it gets.
I don't like this one bit. Kind of have to a little on the chains, especially now, because it's icy. My goodness, icy and slippery, and it's very steep. And like right next to us is a 1,000-foot drop. Like this.
I'm right here. We can do this. You can do this.
Right there, that is where the chain stops. There's kind of a line, like a queue forming of people just like me who are coming here and contemplating their life's decisions. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait for Naick. He's kind of fearless, but sometimes a little bit too fearless.
Alright, Kim wasn't comfortable continuing. Can't blame her because it gets really tricky with all the ice patches, but I want to see if I can get a few more meters. Come on, it's spanning. Holy guacamole, look at this. God. This is slippery.
If you decide to call quits here, the three of us aren't going to judge you.
Did you call quits here as well?
Yeah, I did. I'll
call quits. It sounds like a sensible option. I mean, how
I feel okay with myself.
So did that.
like in terms of risk reward.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's how you got to analyze life, risk reward.
There's some things that are worth it and some things that are not.
Let's have a peek across the valley over there. Yeah, looks amazing. This goes up steeper and steeper. Bunch of ice here. I think that's enough risk for one day. But look at this.
Naick is back as well.
I made about
And you know what? You can't see
maybe 100 meters further.
It's all icy up there.
I'm proud of you.
It was exhilarating and scary and
Made you feel alive.
everything is, yeah, definitely made me feel alive. I can feel like I can run through a wall now.
There's this big part of me that really wanted to make it to the top of Angel's Landing because that is where I got the famous photograph from that I've been staring at on my mood board, but it just doesn't feel very smart to risk your life for an Instagram picture. Wouldn't that be a cliche? But
Time for some lunch. 6,000 feet altitude on top of a mountain. And there's just some wraps with peanut butter. Easy to make, cheap, but with $1 million view. Doesn't get better than this. Alright, now heading back down the mountain. We're heading to the campsite that we found. It's super beautiful. One of the most beautiful campsites in the area. Have a little cookout, have some fun, check out the scenery there. So let's hurry down the hill.
look at the view we have from our campsite. Whoa! And on this side as well, this is stunning.
The neighbors look a little bit funny though. I mean, do you think they have reservations? Sir, this is our campsite. We have paid for this campsite. I think you were on that side of the fence.
And there's two more on that side.
And there's one right here in the bushes.
We're surrounded by deer.
Today we're making a roast on a skillet. Got some pork here, piece of bacon or two, three you can use for the sauce. Let's put it directly on the fire. More, we're all gonna smell like barbecue. Vinny on the inside gonna smell like barbecue, so part of the fun, I guess.
This sunset is making it look like the cliffs are just on fire. Like this color, this orange. Whoa.
So add in some red wine, some broth, some potatoes, some carrots, add some onions. But let's be real, nobody is in it for the vegetables, so I'm gonna add in a bunch of the bacon here that we already fried up a little bit. And I'm gonna add the meat on top, a little bit of vegetables around it so it can slowly cook like this. Alright. I hope this goes well because I've never made anything in skillet yet, especially like this on the barbecue.
Before we get to dinner, I'm quickly gonna try to find a spot here where we can dump our trash. Because honestly, that is one of the hardest things about living in a van, waste management. We don't have any services for that. What the hell? Warning, deer may attack? Well, I had no idea.
Let's have a look here. Oh my god. Oh, does this look amazing or what?
I'm gonna have a little bit of veggies and some meat, and then I'm gonna try it. That is amazing.
I mean, it's been on the fire for 2 hours.
Whoa. Good morning, fam. Today we're gonna do something super cool. A super cool hike that might actually even be cooler and in wintertime less lethal than the one that we did yesterday. One of the things that's actually really amazed us since coming to the US is how ridiculously beautiful the nature is. Like all that beautiful scenery that we showed you yesterday, and the best thing is that it's also surprisingly cheap to spend time out in nature here. Like when we visited our first national park, we bought this thing, which is the annual national park pass. This was only 80 bucks for the two of us, and it gets us access to all the American national parks for a full year. And there is so much to do here. That is just incredible. We often get a lot of comments from people telling us, whoa, it looks like a lot of fun what you guys are doing traveling full time, but it must cost a small fortune. But actually it doesn't. Our costs are pretty low and we don't spend that much money. There's plenty of cool stuff you can do, amazing things you can do on a budget. So to most people, it is a lot more attainable than you would actually think. You don't need a lot of money to have cool adventures and to have a lot of fun and to just live your life to the fullest. So you watching, get out there and do something fun this weekend, something that would make you happy.
All right, we are ready for an adventure. Are you ready? You look very well prepared.
You're very winterized and we're gonna need it.
You look like you're going to Mars or something.
The last couple of weeks haven't always been very easy. Some of it has just been very crappy, especially because I have had a few health scares. And we have been exploring the US medical system as a result of that. A few weeks ago, I found a lump in my left breast. And it just felt out of the ordinary, you know? So I was like, well, I should probably get it checked out, but in the US, everything is so expensive. I don't have a doctor here. I called around for a bit and I did a bunch of research and I ended up getting not a mammogram, but like an ultrasound. And it was nerve-wracking to think that maybe it could be breast cancer, because breast cancer kind of runs in my family a little bit. Fortunately, we went in, all was well. A few days after that, I had to have a skin check done. I had to have suspicious looking mole removed as well on my back. And I've had a bunch of them removed in the past, and they all turned out to be like precancerous, the thing that turns into skin cancer before it's actually skin cancer. And again, that turned out to be fine as well, which was a massive relief because I had to wait like 3 weeks for the results. I didn't want to mention it on any of the videos. We mentioned it earlier at the Patreons, but I didn't want to mention it before we were like absolutely sure that nothing was wrong. But I'm just so relieved. To say that I am relieved and that I have a newfound appreciation for what we get to do is an understatement. I'm just really happy to be here and really happy that it all turned out fine.
Yeah, that was a scary few weeks, I have to say. I mean, potentially ending the Alaska to Argentina trip was part of it, but
just like the health risk.
It could have been a lot worse. Like imagine like you having breast cancer and having to undergo treatment, and that would turn our lives upside down and would be a nightmare.
For a long time, yeah.
Because I love you most of everything in this world.
So this is why we rented these bibs, as they're called. We're gonna be hiking the Narrows. The Narrows is the most narrow section of the canyon in Zion. And you're basically hiking across the river, through the water.
It is one of the most beautiful hikes in all Zion, so
we read.
We thought we'd do it. It's gonna be a great adventure.
So we want to try to reach the middle section of the canyon, which is called Wall Street, and that is supposed to be the most beautiful part. We're not sure if we're gonna make it there because it's cold and
the guy at the rental gear company, who is also a guide here, said you can never make it. Like if you want to do this, you start 8 AM in the morning. We have to like power through, and then hopefully by 4 we'll be back, and we started at 12.
yeah, we'll see. We'll get as close as we can.
Challenge accepted.
Slippery.
Current is really strong here.
Be a little bit careful because it's a little bit slippery, and this water is freezing cold. Like it's only, I think, 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit.
It's cold.
Fortunately, we have these. This is probably my favorite thing we've done in a really long time. I love this.
Look at the smile on that cute little face.
Oh, I love this. Welcome to Wall Street!
We made it! Woohoo! Screw that guide.
Oh, holy cannoli moly! We made it! Look at this, guys. Look at this. Isn't this just nuts?
And I gotta say though, I think the US is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Like the nature and the scenery is just unrivaled.
We made it back to the car. Now I'm curious to see if my feet have really got wet or not. They're cold, but I don't think they're wet. I'm a little bit wet, but I mean,
I think you are.
teensy bit wet.
Yeah, could also just be condensation from all the hiking.
From all the sweating.
Got our heater on full blast. Kim is in the shower. Kim, show your hand so people still know you're still alive. See? Kim is having a nice warm shower, and I'm making a nice cup of warm cocoa. And to give it a bit of kick, you can add in a little bit of chili flakes. My lady, a hot cocoa with real chocolate, almond milk, some spices, a little bit of chili.
Damn, that's good. That's good. So different from other chocolate milk, but good. Ooh. Oh. I'm going to explain to you guys what the plan is for the next couple of weeks. We drove from Las Vegas up to Utah to Zion National Park. So then over the course of the next couple of weeks, we are going to continue, first of all, continue this little tour we're doing of Utah because it's just so beautiful out here. We're gonna try, Vinny allowing, try to drive all the way out to Monument Valley, which I think is another 9 hours from where we are right now. And then after that, make a second attempt to go to the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And then after that, the plan gets a little bit fuzzy because we're planning on looping back towards the coast, towards San Francisco. Maybe we'd love to see some snow, so that's definitely coming as well. And then anyway, we're gonna drive back up the coast of California to San Francisco and then road trip all the way down the west coast until we get to San Diego, and from there we hopefully cross the border into Mexico.